Everybody knows. Yeah. Everybody knows.
There we go. Let's get to the absolute banger of a topic.
The Epstein files were a complete... They've deleted files that were originally released on Friday since then. They redacted out entire, like, tens of pages. You know? And we got some questions that we both wrote, so let's just go through them. Are we even surprised? No, I am not surprised. I didn't even think they would release anything. I thought we lived in an era already where the Trump admin could just tell you to fuck off and they could just do it and deal with it. But maybe there's a lot of pressure on this, especially since the House vote was only one representative not voting for it. That's enormous. Maybe that pressure still does, at that level, affect the admin. So I'm not surprised at what we got, but I am surprised that they released it. What do you got?
You know, it's a really good question, actually, because why wouldn't he just say "fuck you" fully to the Justice Department right
exactly
now? Or at least, sorry,
he can do
the
whatever
law
he wants.
That's requiring him to, you know.
Right.
But I do think, he is still required. Like, he isn't fully just putting a middle finger up to the law. Like, there are some things that obviously
no. But it's
Could you imagine what would they have done if they released nothing on Friday? Like, surely that would have been an absolute outrage. Like,
here's the thing. I agree with you. And even on outrage on the right. But how many things, even in the past few months, because things get worse and worse, where everyone's outraged, even from the right to the left about Trump, and then a few days later, don't nobody remember it. You can move on. And I'm not saying that would happen with this, because this is such an explosive thing, but that is a thing that has happened with other things. Just
You're right. You are right.
So
it does feel like this is a topic that's particularly important to the MAGA base, though.
Motherfucker dropped a shit coin and everyone criticized him, and that was before he even was president. Go ahead, sorry.
The thing is big on the right, though. I mean, it should be big for everybody. You know, we should have answers to these questions regardless of who you are. But it does feel like the MAGA base, this has been a point of contention for a long time, is the Epstein shit. So, like, if he were to just release nothing on Friday, I don't know, man. It might fully come for him.
There is like you said,
radio silence.
No, you're right, and like you said, there's a legitimate question of how far that he thinks he can go, because he can go pretty far. So that is a legitimate question to think maybe he doesn't even release him and he thinks he can get away with it. But it seems like the House of Representatives all voting for it except one guy who said protect the victims or something. When the victims, by the way, are on the record of saying we don't even care, unredact everything and just release it. But the victims are on the record saying that. That's important. Like, that's actually important context. They apparently still feel political pressure in some way, which is interesting because it's not from Trump. I'm sure Trump's like, I don't care, because he's a lame duck president, bro. So it's got to be other people in his orbit thinking about the future of the right and the conservative movement and how this all looks and being like, dude, we got to fucking do better than this. Like, we got to do something. Now, it's comical that they think what they released would be better than nothing at all, because it's nothing. It's fucking nothing, dude. And also, everyone's getting all tied up in they should, but everyone's getting all tied up and not distracted, but they're getting tied up in the fact that all these documents were released redacted. There's also video. There's all kinds of stuff. When we talk about release to Epstein shit, it ain't just these files that are PDFs, bro. There was videos and stuff, and I think obviously you don't release literal porn, but should be releasing. I mean, I guess they did release photos and stuff, but yeah, they're just not releasing everything. Another question we had was, should Pam Bondi be impeached? Everybody should be impeached. Sorry, go ahead. But everybody should be impeached. What are we talking about?
I mean, objectively speaking, they are late. By the letter of the law, everything had to have been released by midnight on Friday.
And redactions were supposed to be explained, and they weren't.
They are breaking the law.
Right.
So absolutely, she should be impeached if that is the case.
Everybody. Well, I guess by everybody, I mean
everybody.
So Pam Bondi should be impeached. I agree. Her boss should be too. Who's her boss? Those two people should be impeached, because that's a failure.
Sure.
That would be President Trump and Pam Bondi. You got it, brother.
Sure.
So.
Yeah. But the fact that, like, full documents are redacted, the fact that it's not all out, I mean, the fact that, like, reports were leaking out about how they were putting hundreds of agents on redacting these files, the fact that Trump ran in his orbit, I mean, we all knew this was going to happen. Even if Trump, I've said this before, even if Trump never participated, he knew, and he was part of that orbit. So he's a piece of shit for just by association. But I do think even if he wasn't involved, he has an obligation to protect these people because they're his friends, right? Like, these are people that paid a lot of money, that ran in these orbits, that are probably still in positions of power or influence. There is a lot of pressure coming from Trump's buddies, I would think, to keep all of this hush-hush.
I'm sure that's true. I'm sure that's true. And I just, it makes me, and I'm sure it does you too, it drives me mad. All that's true. Everything we've said, you know what I'm saying? His association here. The idea that anybody could say to your face, with a straight face, oh, yeah, all the things Trump has done with the Epstein files, you know, it does, you know, it doesn't mean anything. The fact that he's tried to cover it up every step of the way. There's still some people out there that are like, I trust him. It's like, that's really crazy. You trust him? Yo, and by the way, I'm starting to realize, because I see polls all the time, he's the only president, I'm pretty sure, that I've ever seen that outruns his approval rating over, well, maybe no. Maybe there has been some, I guess. But I'm just starting to realize that people are answering other questions about Trump more negatively than their actual approval. So, like, they'll call a Trump fan, and I see these polls. They'll call a Trump fan, and they'll be like, do you approve of Trump? They're like, yeah. And then they'll be like, do you approve of the economy? They'll be like, no. Do you approve of foreign policy? No. Yeah. Do you approve of inflation? No. It's like, but you approve of Trump? And they're like, yeah. And you're like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what?
I agree.
So this man is a motherfucking...
I agree.
But, you know
those people are just plugged into the culture war. That's the only reason 100%. They approve of Trump.
They are on the right, and so they think to themselves, two things can be true. I can be upset with everything that's actually going on in reality, but I'm on the right team, so I got to vote for the right. Right. Can't vote for the left. Yeah. The left's the enemy. It's like, but wait, the right's in charge, and everything sucks. Could be because of the right, but they're in charge. Let's not even say it's because of them, but they're in charge and everything sucks. They're like, but I can't vote for the left because that's not my team. That's not my team, bro. Can't do it.
Well, and also it's their fault somehow, but for sure. This is
your fucking premiums are about to skyrocket. The premiums that are the state that premiums hit the most is Florida, which has gone mad right recently because Trump won that in 2008. Sure. Everyone forgets, but since then, Jesus Christ. It's like, bro, your premiums are about to skyrocket. Your premiums are about to skyrocket.
Obamacare exchange, your premiums are about to skyrocket.
Your premiums are about to skyrocket. You know, are you upset? Hell yeah, we're upset. Do you want healthcare? Hell yeah, we want healthcare. What team are you going to vote for? They're like, Republican, bro. You're just like, all right, dude. I wish you well.
So
you feel me?
I think it was, I think it was 2016. And Trump said his healthcare plan was 2 weeks away. And I'm not good at math.
Is such a joke. It's inflation week every week, bro. But go ahead. Or sorry, it's infrastructure week every week. Dude, I'm out of my mind.
Infrastructure, I was gonna say.
It is also inflation week every week for Biden and Trump, but go ahead, sorry.
Well, I think 9 years is longer than 2 weeks, but I'm not sure. I might need you to confirm that. But yeah, so I don't know, man. It's
tough. It's tough. All right, we'll move on.
It's
a little. It's you know. For the hate listeners, it's too much TDS. All right.
I'm just curious how much they're actually going to release. Like, if they are slow rolling this, the Epstein files.
Why would we? And this is
somebody going to?
Why would we believe that they would release anything more? Everything they've done, they've given you zero reason that they are actually going to release anything more.
Yeah.
And even if they do release more, it's just going to be the same redacted shit you got Friday. Who cares? Who cares? This is an obvious cover-up.
Do you remember when Trump first won and Pam Bondi handed out those binders labeled the Epstein files?
And they were the shit that we all already knew, bro.
And it was all just basically a HuffPost article from 7 years ago, publicly available.
And they waved them bitches around. And that should have told you every single influencer that did that is a fraud. Because they don't actually they're not journalists. They don't actually do homework. Right. They don't actually look for facts and evidence and put things together and make sure. That's what they would have done. They would have hunkered down, their head down, walked out of there, done the research, compared to what they know. And no, they just waved it around. It's all theater, bro.
Because they
It's
know
all
where
theater.
their bread gets buttered.
You
This is
got
why
it, dude.
I laugh so
You
hard.
got
I laugh
it.
so hard at fucking Alex Jones these days. Just with his hand over the front of his eyes about Trump and Epstein. When he was the one who was one of the earliest, like, flag raisers about all of the Epstein shit. Like 15 years ago.
Not just
But
Epstein
for
shit,
some
but
reason,
general
Trump's the exception.
conspiracy of like sex trafficking. No doubt.
Right. But
No doubt.
Trump gets elected the second time, and all of a sudden, like, there's no way
Yo,
he's a
and
part
also
of it.
we all forget
Get
like
the fuck out of here, man.
those lawsuits that came out of the 2020 election. We found out that Tucker Carlson texted very mean and derogatory things about Trump. You remember that video
That's right.
that
That's right.
fucking Alex Jones was like, I fucking hate Trump. There's a video from like 2019 where he's like, I fucking hate Trump. I wish I never met him.
Right.
It's like you people are all, and yet the goddamn
Performers.
seals that clap on the internet love him. Love him, bro. Still love him. What can
Well,
you
again,
do?
they're beholden to their audience. They know where their bread gets buttered. So
You
why
live
would
in a
you not
fucking
stuff off
world
Daddy Trump?
Where actual Newtown parents were dealt unthinkable harm and like just abuse because of something that millionaire and living very well Alex Jones did, and that's the world you live in. You just had, and he still is popular to this day. So there you go.
Yeah.
I can't remember. The last thing I'll say is, I'm just because I brought up Newtown, I'm thinking of it. There's an interview or something that happened with a football player, and they were talking about Aaron Rodgers, and they were like, dude, the first day that I joined the Packers, they were like, the first thing Aaron Rodgers said to me was, do you think the Newtown shooting was real or not? And he was like, that's when I was like, bro. It's just like, this guy's. Anyways, all right. Let me bullshit
This is
about.
how I feel.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
God, man, you can't get me rolling.
No,
bro,
sorry.
this
I'm not even sure I'm quoting that right, but it's something along the lines of like.
No,
hey,
you
like-
are. You are. I mean, I've heard the same thing. I should say.
Right.
I've heard the same thing, and like considering, sort of the type of language he speaks, especially in the whole COVID times, it does not surprise me at all that he would be a new a Sandy
of
Hook
that ilk.
denier.
Let's just say, sure.
Right.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
a whole. There's a wide sphere of conspiracy there, where when you
Sure.
buy one, you're buying into a lot of them.
You got a
So
Venn
those-
diagram that's a lot of middle. Oh yeah, dude, a lot
That's
of
right.
middle, bro.
A lot of middle. There's
Sure.
barely any edge. Barely any edge, for sure.
Flat Earth, Sandy Hook deny. Like we could, anyways.
Oh man, you can.
It's the same people that Naruto'd at fucking Area 51 that one time. I don't know, dude. It's a lot of weird people, man. It's a lot of weird people. I think that was all Gas No
Right.
Breaks days. Great show. All right, sorry.
Do you-
Yeah.
Just to tie a knot on that, do you think? So just objectively here, they have not followed the letter of the law because
Right.
not all of it's out. Do you
True.
think Congress does anything? Do you think
No, what can
anybody
they
does
do?
anything?
What can they do though?
But that was the law.
because at this
That
point,
was-
it's the courts. So it's always going to end up in the Supreme Court. So you can always think of in terms of
So the
what
court
will the
has to
Supreme Court
enforce
make them
it?
to do. What?
does the
Who else
court
is?
have to enforce it?
Yes.
How does
There-
the court
what's gonna
enforce it?
what's
Do
gonna
they
have to happen is someone's gonna have to sue them over it to take it
Okay,
to court,
That's the way then. Okay.
and then it's just gonna go up to the Supreme Court, and they're probably gonna be like, you know what? Yeah, like it's fine, bro. No props.
They can't
Because
be. But it was literally a law that he signed in and
But
then
it
broke.
feels like to me that you have a Supreme Court
Right.
that's like, I'm on the right team, so I don't care about anything else but like
there's
what's
no-
the right team. I'm on the right. We don't give the left wins. We own the libs, my friend, and we can only follow that mantra. Now, look, does the Supreme Court actually do that? No, I'm being an asshole, but the decisions they actually come down with do drum to the beat of we will support Trump over precedent, over things that legally just are obvious. They do.
This feels.
They do.
This feels like
So.
the thing that could break the MAGA fever, but I guess we'll.
No, but I don't even agree with that because it's an internet thing. I just feel like the internet still has not as much influence as you think, man. Dude, just the other
feel like the
fucking month, I
Epstein
had the
files-
whole internet tell me that the attorney general, who I don't even know what he said, the attorney general race in Virginia. Did you hear about this a couple months ago? It's like, oh, the attorney general Democrat nominee said like something about Charlie Kirk. I don't even know, or like conservatives should die. I don't fucking know
Didn't
what he
hear
said.
about this at
Said
all
some
on that
bullshit.
one.
I don't fucking
Sure.
know, dude.
Sure.
I'm a lefty, so I'm real skeptical of these whatever. But it really sapped him in the polls. It didn't do it, and he still won running away. Still won running away. So, I just, you can't buy everything you
this
fucking,
feels,
Anyways,
the Epstein thing, it feels like it's bled into the mainstream more than you might realize.
I just don't buy that the internet will change the mainstream in such significant ways.
Yeah, I think you're wrong about that.
I hope I'm
wrong. You might have been
wrong
right about that 5 years ago.
Wait, I don't hope I'm wrong.
I don't think you're.
I'm confused.